Alright, so I have to give fair warning. As of this morning, I cannot get any new footage. My progress up to level 8 is worthless, as the game is now unplayable for me after this morning's patch. The game is causing my entire computer to overload and crash. Not the game crash, but the CPU overload shutdown for safety purposes as it hits 150 degrees C and shuts off before it sets itself on fire. There's nothing I can do about this. It's literally causing me to use 120% of my CPU the moment I open the game. It is now completely unplayable. Anyway, so this review is of footage from Monday and Friday. But there is no new footage from today. I progressed up to level 8, and that's as far as I've gotten. Anyway, on with the review. Star Wars Squadrons. What do I have to say about it? Not as much as I had thought I would. Having played through the entire single player, played enough multiplayer matches to get access to fleet battles, then played about 5 fleet battles, tooled around in VR, and played the AI skirmish mode, I could say Star Wars Squadrons is not as good as Rogue Squadron. Period. It's better than Elite Dangerous. It's certainly better than Star Citizen. I will take a shot at Star Citizen every opportunity I get. The opportunity presented itself. I took my shot. Bite me. But spaceflight combat, yeah, this is better than Elite. It's not as good as Rogue Squadron. I went back and actually played Rogue Squadron using N64 emulation and an N64 USB converted controller. You have no idea how expensive this review already is with those words. And, yeah. At the end of the day, all its features, the single-player campaign is short, predictable, takes zero story risk, has cameos from characters from different Star Wars properties, in this case, Rebels, the original trilogy, and that's about it. And by the end of it, you just want it to be over. The campaign mechanically is simply training you to play multiplayer, which is sad. It's nothing special. The fact it weaves between the two sides instead of creating two separate campaigns means it has Warhammer 40k Winter Assault Syndrome. You remember the characters from the side you align yourself with the most. You hate playing the other side and it's completely forgettable and you don't want to play it. I decided to go through it, check all the story beats. I remember Frisk, Gunny, and Keo, whose personality can only be described as too pure for this world. But, anyway, the other side, the Imperials and the Imperial Defector for the Rebel side. There were 2, by the way. Did you realize there were 2 Imperial Defectors? Because it took me like going through and watching my entire stream of this again to realize there were 2 Imperial Defectors. They're just cookie cutters. I had to look up names for the Empire guys, and I threw my hands up in frustration. The Imperials are just complete cookie cutter. You have breathing problems, so he won't take off his helmet guy. Ignorantly passionate about the Empire captain person. I'm here to do my duty because I believe in the Empire's promise of order leadership person. I fuck shit up because I'm an angsty pilot. And I don't remember the 4th pilot at all. Like, at all. I've been through 2 playthroughs of the single-player campaign. I don't remember the 4th Imperial pilot. After looking it up, though, she's apparently an Imperial Senator daughter person who's too political for her career's good. Anyway, the characters on the Imp side need some refinement and some personality. Good God. When Star Wars Rebels does a better job at giving personality to individual Imperial officers, you have problems. And that's no fault of the actors. That's the writing. 100% on the writer on that one. Or the director, I'm not sure. But it's totally not the actors. At least they stand up to, getting you through the story. That's... Everything about the story is expected. There's no... out of left field stuff. There's some stuff that's just stupid, ridiculous, like flying down your own capital ship's trench run that is its tractor. I'm sorry, I couldn't even say this with a straight face. The fuck is this mission? I'm going to move on before I, go on a tangent. Don't worry, there's going to be a tangent later. The Rebels aren't much better. I mean, I get more out of the experience than the Imperials, but at the same time, personality-wise, the TIE Fighter fan animation that came out almost 8 years ago has more personality than most of the characters in this AAA game, and they didn't even have voice acting in that, linked below. Anyway, the character customization for your pilot is completely lacking. Your Starfighter too. You just get skins. That's it. You start with all the customization for your pilot. There's 2 body types, male or female. The Imperial one, I can't even tell the difference unless I actually take some time to look in really close at it. Even I'm going to admit I was very disappointed that there's no generic white guy or generic white girl to play. And for the Rebels, I was really disappointed you couldn't just be an alien. Seriously, just let me be an alien. It's Star Wars. Knights of the Old Republic did this better. The MMO is why I'm saying it grumpily. Look, we get it. Humans are easier to do, but never mind. Who the hell are ye? Why do ye? Nimbanese has the unsettling ability to disappear in mud. Okay. Yeah, Nightmare Fuel is my wing leader. Got it! Let's go further. The multiplayer is passable. I mean, this is the meat of the game, and it's passable. There's only 3 maps. There's only 1 real mode, because 5v5 deathmatch is not a real mode. I'm sticking to that. As well as there's no ability to control or direct capital ships. The strategies for this boil down fast and do not lend themselves to be amazing. The capital ships are stupidly overpowered. I'm in a Y-wing. My shield's diverted to front to make a bombing run. And I get shot down before I even get near the thing. By the capital ship. Not by enemy fighters, by the capital ship. It's almost too easy to just let the enemy keep trying to make attack runs on your ship and watching your ship blast them apart. Further, this is the 21st century. Please include the ability to remap the mouse and keyboard. Seriously, what if I'm Southpaw trained? You did all this accessibility stuff and didn't bother to include remapping for one-handed people or for Southpaw? What if I want to put all the controls on my damn mouse? Look at this. This could... By the way, just look at this. Look at this accessibility stuff. This should be in every freaking game. Colorblind mode for all types of color blindness. Check. Hearing impaired. We got you, fam. Here, where you want them subtitles? How big you want them? What color do you want them in? Interface too bulky? You want to fly with just instruments? We got that too. Totally got you here. Like, options for information, how it's delivered to you is amazing. Options for how to input information back. We're back in 1992 with the original Duke Nukem. Not the good one on the build engine. I mean the side-scroller. No, I'm not performing necromancy to prove the point of having to actually get that to play on my computer. I just downloaded eDuke for a quick little soundbite. Rest in peace, Apogee and 3D Realm. Fuck you, Randy. You know what I'm talking about on this tangent. Then bless you. Bless you for knowing. Long live the Duke. Long live the King. Anyway. So before the next rant about team play, apparently this was patched over the weekend, but the button is relatively hidden. I mean, really hidden. And it's not just for Alright, back on topic. The multiplayer is passable without private matches or group up with friends. It's just passable. Rogue Squadron from the N64 and GameCube were certainly better. I could play a cooperative campaign on Rogue Squadron. I could play a cooperative campaign on Shadows of the Empire. Yeah, there's a mod for that. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. You could literally cheat in the game so that someone else could either pilot an ATST and AT-AT, or you could both be in snow speeders and you could work with each other. And it was amazing. Notice how the N64 and GameCube got like the best sci-fi combat games? Star Fox, Rogue Squadron, Shadows of the Empire, and the rest of us got shit. Like, they have not progressed past Rogue Squadron and Star Fox, and that just makes me sad. But, yeah, organized teams, since, you know, this is how clans and guilds exist in the first place and are a must-have for a primary multiplayer game to sustain itself. Yeah, they need a private server option, or at the very least a squad group-up option to practice as a team. This means that because it's always online, Star Wars Squadron is effectively worthless without an internet connection. The multiplayer in this game is basically built for the 5v5 setup, and again, the features that exist in gaming for decades, supporting teams, clans, guilds, would greatly extend its lifespan. But let's go further. It's literally built to be a MOBA! And that's okay, actually. As much as I dislike the MOBA concept, this is actually pretty good. This is a pretty good use of it. I'll give it credit. Even StarCraft, though, which is at its top end, was propped up by its teams of players. Not individual teams, not individual players, but teams who would get together, create private matches, and stream them as the best of the best would slug it out for shits and giggles and fame. Except Team Liquid. Fuck you, Team Liquid. You know what you did and why you did it. Fuck you. I hope you're never allowed to show your face in public ever again after this pandemic. Where was I? Oh, right. You notice how they still can't top those? Rogue Squadron and Star Fox. I mean, all they would have to do is go back, grab every single Rogue Squadron game, take all those missions, remaster them, and put them into this game. And this would be done incredibly right, and I would be reviewing something absolutely astounding. Some other problems in multiplayer that I've noticed. Muting players is not innately intuitive. It takes time and effort to actually mute someone, or you have to mute the whole voice chat. And as a rank 1 pilot, I was expected to fight multiple rank 12 to 15 pilots on the enemy team, and my counterpart for the match was a level 6. That means that I'm the lowest ranking member of my team at rank 1, and the lowest ranking member of the enemy team was 6, and this was very common. And I've also been on the other end of that now, and it's just not fun to wreck new players or be the new player getting wrecked. The victory feels hollow or the defeat feels rigged. The majority of matches I've been in are landslides. What you're actually watching on screen is an actual close match that happened, and it was the exception. Out of 14 dogfights and 4 fleet battles, I've only had 2 matches that were close. And some of the losses that are indicated, it's like, oh, this is my best match of the day, but it's a loss. I had a match where I had 10 kills, and it was my best match so far out of the 18 total I've done, and it was a loss because 2 of my teammates just bailed on the match altogether. It's not that they didn't do anything, it's that they left and made it a 3v5, which it let us play that out for about 2 minutes before it said, okay, you're done. The levels do matter in terms of experience with the game itself, knowing the game mechanics, and unlocking all the different pieces of equipment that are not just standard stock. Mines are incredibly overpowered, by the way. I've been abusing the shit out of them because because anytime someone's on my tail, I launch a mine, and if they're anything less than 100% health, they're dead. I can't tell you how many kills I've gotten from dropping mines. Like the first match I used them, I got the achievement and the trap is set, which is for getting 5 kills in 1 match with mines, and that was the first time I ever used them. They don't require you to lock on, so the enemy doesn't even know that the mine is chasing them until it's almost on top of them, and it goes missile incoming with all about to be hit by it. And oftentimes they're headed right towards it because they're chasing you, and the mine spawns inside of the center of your ship and literally drives straight back and hits them in the face. On top of that, if it misses them, it'll turn around and keep tracking them until they launch a countermeasure. And the lack of 3D radar is completely awful. Look at this radar. I can't. It's the only thing I can tell is if someone's in front of me. I can't tell if they're behind me. I can't tell who's closer. I can't tell what direction they're facing or what direction they're going. Elite Dangerous is a far better 3D radar than this ever hopes to do. And it's just sad that they don't have a 3D radar option at all. That requires almost no creative effort. You want to go a step further? Okay. $20. Rebel campaign. 15 to 20 missions. That's $1 a mission. $20. Imperial campaign. 15 to 20 missions. I don't have to buy both. I can buy either or. Hell, EA, I'm giving you an idea right now. We'll buy that shit. You want to release a DLC that has 2 missions every week? Or every 2 weeks or every month for $5? We buy it. You want to release a cooperative mode? We'd jump on it. Say single player gaming is dead. And then I have to remind you, Fallen Order was Game of the Year, EA. Single player gaming's dead my ass. I mean, you have all the assets for this, by the way. You have the team. You just have to have them build a map, put a Rebel mission in it once a week, put an Imperial mission in it next to it. But you want to know my number one thing about this entire game? The escort missions don't suck. Like, seriously. You include escort missions in it, and they're okay. The escort target is durable. It takes some evasive action. It even shoots back. Your allies can be directed to give them shield boosters and defend them, and they actually will. So credit there. You made escort missions not tedious, terrible, awful pieces of garbage and made it about me being an ace pilot. Congrats! Like, this is the first time I'm going to say this. Someone made escort missions not suck. Good job. That's my review of Star Wars Squadrons, by the way. It's better than Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen. It's not as good as Rogue Squadron. You want endless multiplayer arenas and around a 6-hour campaign? Get Squadrons. You want something better? Get Rogue Squadron. That simple. Thank you for listening to all my ranting. Here are the people who sponsor this and make this possible. Now I'm going to go work on my story that's due out on December 11th. You can check the description for a link to that. Good night, everyone. Or in this case, I'll see you for Redhurst tonight.